Today's topic, neonatal sepsis. Definition of neonatal sepsis: clinical syndrome of bacteremia with systemic signs and symptoms of infection in the first 4 weeks of the life. So less than 28 days neonatal period we can consider for the bacteremia as a neonatal sepsis. Common causes of the neonatal deaths include prematurity, asphyxia and the sepsis, and others causes 13%. Sepsis, neonatal sepsis contributing more than 50% for the neonatal deaths, as per the source of the Lancet 1999. Common organisms are Klebsiella pneumonia, Escherichia coli, Staphylococcus aureus and Pseudomonas. Early onset septicemia and the late onset septicemia. Early onset septicemia, when the onset is up to 72 hours, mainly source is the maternal cause and presentation in fulminant multisystem involvement and the pneumonia is frequent. In the late onset sepsis, sepsis develop after the 72 hours and main cause due to postnatal environment. Presentation slowly, progressive, focal, and in late onset septicemia, meningitis is frequent. Mortality in the early onset septicemia is more than 15% to 50%, and in case of the late onset septicemia, mortality causes are 10 to 20%. Symptoms of the neonatal sepsis: system-wise, when the central nervous system involvement is there, main cause of lethargy, refusal to suck, limp, not arousable, poor or high pitched cry, child may be irritable and may have a neonate have a seizures. CVS, cardiovascular system, mainly pallor, cyanosis. The skin is cold and clammy. When the respiratory system involved, tachypnea, apnea, grunts and retraction are there. GIT, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal distension is common. In case of the NEC, abdominal distension is seen and we have to measure the abdominal girth. Hematological involvement, bleeding and jaundice are common. In case of skin, rashes, purpura and pustules. Common signs of the neonatal sepsis are baby always in the hypothermia, cold to touch, poor perfusion, CRT more than 3 seconds, hypotension, renal failure, scleroderma, bulging fontanelle, neck retraction and poor weight gain. Poor weight gain indicates the low grade sepsis. Clinical features of the severe infection: WHO Young Infant Study 2003, feeding ability reduced, no spontaneous movement, temperature more than 38 degrees centigrade in some cases, mostly hypothermia is common, prolonged capillary refill time more than 3 seconds, lower chest wall indrawing, respiratory rate more than 60 per minute, grunting, cyanosis and history of convulsion. These are the clinical features of the severe infection. Diagnosis of the neonatal sepsis: consider the direct and the indirect. Direct, isolation of the organism from the blood, CSF, urine is diagnostic. Indirect, screening by the screening tests. This sepsis screening consider the leukopenia, total leukocyte count less than 5000 millimeter cube, neutropenia, absolute neutrophil count less than 1800 per millimeter cubic, immature neutrophil to local total neutrophil count IT ratio more than 0.2%, the micro ASR more than 50 millimeter in the first hour, CRP positive. If 2 or more tests are positive, treat infant as neonatal sepsis. Neutrophil. Here the mature neutrophil showing this. Here these mature neutrophils are seen, and this is the band cell. This is the band cell. They are showing the band cell. Meningitis. 10 to 15% cases of the sepsis have the meningitis. Meningitis can be often missed clinically. So, lumbar puncture must be done in all cases of late onset and symptomatic early onset sepsis. Management of supportive care. Keep the neonate warm. If sick, avoid internal feed. Start IV fluids. Infuse 10% dextrose 2 ml per kg over 2 to 3 minutes to maintain normoglycemia. Maintain fluid and electrolyte balance and tissue perfusion. If CRT more than 3 seconds, infuse 10 ml per kg normal saline. Supportive care. Start oxygen by hood if cyanosis or having respiratory more than 60 per minute or severe chest indrawing or retraction. Consider extend blood transfusion in case of the scleroderma. Choice of antibiotic. Pneumonia or sepsis, penicillin, first line, ampicillin or cloxacillin plus aminoglycoside, gentamicin or amikacin. In case of meningitis, ampicillin plus gentamicin or amikacin plus cefotaximine or ceftriaxone. Suspected neonatal sepsis, start parenteral antibiotics, send culture, report in the 72 hours. If culture is negative, clinically not sepsis, stop antibiotic. If child is clinically ill, then continue antibiotic for 7 to 10 days. If child is neonatal culture positive, then consider pneumonia, sepsis, continue antibiotic for 7 to 10 days. Culture positive in case of the other test suggestive of the meningitis, suggestive of the meningitis or osteomyelitis, we should continue antibiotic more than 3 to 6 weeks. In case of the osteomyelitis, consider for the 6 weeks. Superficial infections, pustules, after puncturing, clean with the betadine and apply local antimicrobial. In case of conjunctivitis, chloramphenicol eye drops is enough. Oral thrush, local application of nystatin or clotrimazole. Prevention of infection. This is the most important part in any nursery. Prevention is better than the cure. Exclusive breastfeeding, keep cord dry, hand washing by all caregivers, including doctor, staff nurse, and the D group staffs. Maintain the hygiene of the baby during the clothing, then the feeding, and then toiletries. No unnecessary intervention. Please don't touch any neonate if it is not required. 6 steps of the hand washing. Step 1, wash palm with the fingers 10 times each side. Then the wash back of the hands, both the sides, 10 steps. Then step 3, wash finger and the knuckle, both the hands. Step 4, wash thumbs 10 times, then under knuckle stems for the 10 times. Step 5, wash fingertips 10 times, then under side. Then step 6, wash wrist from above to downward. The 6 steps of the hand washing is most important part of the infection prevention in the any nursery. Hand washing, simplest, most effective measure for preventing hospital-acquired infection. 2 minutes hand washing prior to entering the nursery with soap and tap water. Then 15 to 20 seconds of the hand washing before touching baby. When we touch the one baby and in between while we are examining the second baby, we should wash our hands for 15 to 20 seconds. Alcohol-based hand rub effective, but it is costly. Control of the hospital infection, hand washing by all staff of the nursery and the mothers who entered in the NICU. Isolation of the infectious patient. We can separate clean baby and the septic baby. We can keep intramural patient, intramural delivery neonates and the extramural neonates. Use plenty of disposable items. Don't repeat use of any items in the nursery. Avoid overcrowding. Please don't put neonates in one warmer together. And keep the distance in between two warmers. Aseptic word culture, wear hand gloves, don't touch anywhere if not required. Infection surveillance, if outbreak is there, we should consider the surveillance, or we should measure our infection survival quarterly or monthly as per our hospital policy. Work culture, sterile gowns and the linen for all babies, hand washing by all means all, regular cleaning of the unit, no sharing of baby belongs to, even they are twins. Dispose waste products in the separate bins. Waste disposal according to our current hospital policy. Control of the hospital outbreak of infection. Epidemiological investigations required. Increase emphasis on the hand washing. Reinforce all preventive measures. Review of the protocol of the nursery. We should change our protocol antibiotic policy regularly. Screen all personnel. If any outbreak is there, we should screen everyone. Review of antibiotic policy as per our hospital policy and cohorting of the infants. So this is our control measures to prevent outbreak of the infection in the nursery. Fumigation, use potassium permanganate 70 gram within 170 ml of the 40% formalin for 1000 cubic feet area for 8 to 24 hours. Alternatively, bacilloid spray for 1 to 2 hours may be equally effective. Conclusion, high index of the clinical suspicion, look for the laboratory investigation of the sepsis, start parenteral IV antibiotics, ampicillin plus aminoglycosides, provide supportive care, review culture reports, then practice barrier nursing to prevent cross infection. So thank you very much.